What's up, everybody? This episode of Champion the Tramp is brought to you by Bubba Coos Burritos. I actually just went and got some delivery the other day. I got my favorite quesadilla with shrimp and chicken, and the kids got some jalapeno poppers, some nachos, some tacos. Pretty much endless what you could do there. What's your go-to over there?
You know what I like to do, man? Their slogan is create something different. That's exactly what I do. Last time I went in there, ordered for the whole family like you. I took it home to the fam. But I just kind of pick and point. I did the crispy chicken, and I just tell the guy, I want that, I want that, I want that. And that's the cool thing about Bubba Coos is you can literally create your own.
You really can't go wrong. So check them out, Bubba Coos, Champion the Tramp. Peace.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Champ and the Tramp. It's just Champ and the Tramp today. We got no guest in today. Frankie didn't come through. He was working on one for us, but unfortunately,
I didn't come through.
Yeah, I like to blame Frankie for everything. That's what I do, right? Pass the buck. So anyway, long story short, it's cool because we haven't done this in a while. We haven't sat down here, just bro out session a little bit. So getting back to basics, buddy. How was your day today?
It was good. I did a little workout at home.
Yeah?
Mark had an emergency, so we couldn't train with him. So I worked out in my basement, hit the bag, did a little push-ups, pull-ups, trying to get my swole on.
How long? If you know, I know you're an honest guy. You don't lie. But if you're at home and you're not like with Mark or you're not at what's his name, Jim and Brick, how long does your typical gym workout last in the basement?
I'd probably last longer, because I sit there and bullshit. I do everything.
Right.
I was down there probably for an hour and a half.
Really?
A little bit of everything. It's not the most intense thing. I'm not going crazy or anything, but yeah.
Wow.
I remember actually, it's funny because I looked at my phone, like, damn, wow, I was down there for a minute.
Damn, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Like, when COVID hit, I went out and bought a bench, bought a bar, bought a pull-up bar, bought all that. Because gyms were closed, right? And I had this in my head. I'm like, I got to stay in shape. I worked, my whole adult life to gain some size. I'm going to lose it if I don't work out. Bro, I might have worked out 3 days.
Yeah,
I
I have
can't
to
work out at home.
I have to.
Yeah.
Me, I'll go for a run. You don't do that.
No.
I mean, I haven't ran much because of my hip, but I'm starting to be able to run again a little bit. And running's great, bro. It's the best bang for your buck. But you're a big dude. Like, imagine it's hard to run and being a big fucking dude.
I feel like,
but you have big muscles to move your big bones.
Right. We've had this discussion. Yeah. I feel like, you can make excuses about anything. Is running comfortable in any way, shape, or form for me? No, not at all. I'm saying,
mostly because listen, runners are not fucking 6'4", 250.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right? Not typically.
Yeah. I bet Nagano probably runs though. No, probably.
I don't know. I mean, miles. I bet you know.
No, you don't think so?
I don't know. I think like boxers used to run a lot. That was their thing, boxing. I don't think MMA guys run as much as boxers do.
Like heavyweights though, boxers.
Ali, Tyson, they all ran. All of them.
I guess, yeah. Yeah.
I was, you ever hear of Dan Carlin?
I have not.
Hardcore History. He does like a podcast. I guess it's a hot podcast. Just him talking though. And he covers like, he covered Genghis Khan. Like I heard that one a while ago. Like 3-hour podcast. He pretty much breaks it down to everything. Very cool. Good way to describe it. He must prepare this. He must take months to prepare one podcast.
Really?
And I heard one. It's called Hardcore History. Ligori put me onto it.
Okay.
And I'm hearing one about Winston Churchill. It's only about 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Dude, very interesting, bro. Winston Churchill was kind of a G, bro.
Yeah.
He was like successful. Like he was pretty much on the world scene as a young dude. His influence on the uppers at a young age all the way. I think he was born in 1875. He died in 1965. And he was so influential that whole time. I mean, he was at 80 years old. He was a pretty high figure in the government, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He might have even been a prime minister at the time. Still, so this dude, which I don't know if you know, he's half American.
Winston Churchill.
Yeah,
no.
half American. His mom is American. It was
Really?
like an American, like a rich, debutante. Is that the right word?
Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah.
And they
Socialite.
think Socialite. Yeah, they think that's the reason he's American is, or the fact that he's American is the reason that USA helped them out. Because think about it, USA got hit by Japan, but they went to Germany first. They went to Europe first, and they think because of Churchill.
Really?
Because of that, yeah.
Yeah. No, I should buff up on my history a little bit more. Yeah. Not that familiar.
Dope dude too. He really good. Obviously, he could motivate people. Like a lot of people in history. This is what this guy was talking about. How like, hey, you could motivate and pretty much make what's the word I'm looking for? Like, get people behind you and get people riled up and get them to follow an ideology.
But
like,
there are people that do that don't do it. Hitler was really good at doing
right,
that.
But I'm talking about Hitler.
Right,
I'm talking about Mussolini. I'm talking about Stalin. I'm talking about, FDR, Winston Churchill. A lot of people don't like Winston Churchill too.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about how he was an alcoholic and this and that. And there's reasons why he was an alcoholic, why he wasn't an alcoholic. But he was in a press situation. I guess some lady was like, Winston Churchill, if you were my husband, I would poison your coffee. He's like, Miss, if I was your husband, I would drink it. I was like, yo, this guy's dope.
That is a pretty good comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You find a lot of time to read, listen to. I'm about, I don't know, less than half.
You drive for a job.
I know.
Like, that's
but
what
it's
I
too
do.
loud.
All my.
It's too loud. Unless I wore headphones, there's no way I can hear
Yeah,
it.
it's dangerous to wear headphones.
Yeah. So I don't do it. But yeah, that would be the perfect opportunity. But I'm literally in and out all day. I'd have to wear headphones to hear it clearly. Mm-hmm. But we just got old radios in the truck. We don't have anything modern. So it's not like I can even plug in. And
your phone, bro.
Yeah, I mean Bluetooth doesn't. I don't have it, so
yeah. Even why don't you just bring a Bluetooth speaker?
Yeah, that's the only way I could do it. Yeah. Probably headphones would be the best way because the truck's a little bit loud.
Can you do headphones in your truck?
Yeah, I mean, not. I don't know that there's any law against it if that's what you mean. But is it the most safe thing? Probably not.
I don't know. How is it really?
I mean, it's
deaf people drive, don't they?
Yeah, and people and people ride motorcycles, listen to music in their helmet. I guess it's no more dangerous.
So then, dude, get on it, bro.
Yeah.
I've been doing audiobooks too. I told you I did an audiobook about breathing. Breathing's like super important.
Yeah.
Important.
Wim Hof.
Not Wim Hof, but yeah, a guy like that. He actually he talked about Wim Hof.
Okay.
But you see, I'm not breathing as bad now.
Bro, I listen.
It's not for my breathing. That's not for me reading the breathing book. It's honestly it's because 3 weeks after my fight, I told you this. I'm like fucking swollen. My body's not like I'm inflamed. And
I listened to our last podcast, and I'm like, oh my god. And it might have been because you enhanced the sound a little bit because Tom was so far away from the mic. And by the way, we told him multiple times to talk into the mic, but all I could hear is. And I'm like, people are going to think that's me.
It was you, bro. Why are you lying? It was you.
It definitely wasn't me, man.
He's fucking sucking all the air.
You can hear your little nose hairs whistling over there.
Yeah, but breathing through. Did I talk about this last? I don't know. Anyway, I'll tell you. It's a pretty interesting fact. Like breathing through your nose is super important.
Yeah. Not
from our mouth. And you don't realize. I guess the space in your nose, in your face, like this sinus space, is the size of your fist.
Oh wow, really?
Like all like the space, it kind of probably circles up like this. But if you
I feel like that when you have like a cold or the flu.
Oh yeah,
because
shit comes out, right?
and you're like, where does that come from?
Right.
How can there be a big enough cavity in your head to hold all that? But yeah, it makes sense.
And when you breathe through your nose, your air is getting humidified, it's getting filtered, and you use that air so much better than you use air through your mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why snoring is so horrible for you.
Right.
You don't get good sleep
apnea. Yeah.
They
say that's because we breathe through our fucking mouth so much.
Right.
And they say
tape their mouth shut to sleep.
Yeah.
Really?
Like a little tape here.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like I know I sleep with my mouth shut because if I can't breathe out of my nose, I'm a fucking miserable fuck.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Like when you get a cold, obviously you have to, right?
Yeah, and I'm miserable. I'm fucking miserable.
No, I definitely snore, but mostly when I'm sleeping on my back. If I sleep on my side, I'm not going to say that I don't snore at all, but I'm definitely way better. So I try to sleep on my side. So
I have to sleep. I mean, because my body's all fucked up. If I sleep on my side, something bothers me, my hip, my shoulder. Yeah. So I sleep flat on my back.
No, I rotate a lot.
Ever since high school, ever since I have a back issue.
Obviously, I'm a big guy, so there's a lot of weight on my shoulders, so I just rotate all night. And
I got big shoulders, too.
And I end up
get in the way.
I end up on my back once in a while, but, it's... Usually,
Hey, we all do at times, but it's all right.
I feel like you must recognize it after a while that you don't get as good.
But they say, what size neck you have?
It's like 17 and a half, I think,
Yeah,
something like that.
I'm
I don't have a big neck at all. I kind of
16,
got a giraffe neck.
I think over 17, it's like you start restricting your airways.
Well, they say that,
but you're so big. I don't get that. Like, you're a big dude. Like, if you have a big neck, like, how it's proportionally the same? Why would it be?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So they say that the body mass index, right, was designed or created, I think, in like the 20s or something like that, when people were significantly smaller in stature. So now, if you're a big guy,
so he's saying I'd be a big guy in the 20s.
yeah. So now, though, a lot of people, are into working out, into the gym or whatever. So you can be a big guy like myself that is not obese in any way, but when they measure your neck size, you're.
Oh, I'd probably be obese, bro.
When you measure your neck size with your height and your weight, you're overweight on the BMI. So then you have to do a sleep study test, which is just a written. But, it's basically, do you fall asleep behind the wheel? Do you snore at night? So as long as you write no to everything, you don't have to go for a sleep study.
I think my wife did done a sleep study. I know my cousin did because he had a problem like with narcolepsy, right?
Oh, really?
I don't think he had narcolepsy, but he had a problem like he would he'd be over here always sleeping.
Really?
And he was taking Provigil, actually. You ever hear that?
Nope.
It's kind of like Adderall. It's like the next step lower than Adderall. I guess you just feel like. But I swear I could tell when he was on it, bro.
Really?
I could tell he was on it. Like, he wasn't, like, just, like, his eyes were just like, boom. Like, he's fucking just wide-eyed. You know what I mean?
Adderall is kind of like the new thing now. Like, all the...
Bro, Adderall's been around for a long time.
No,
bro.
I know, but I'm saying it's quite popular now.
I think it always
especially
been.
with
I think
like...
it's always been.
Really?
I mean, since it's been around, I think a lot of people have been doing it and you don't even know it.
Especially with like housewives.
I feel like I could point
people
out. Like, I went to dinner with some dude and I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, this motherfucker's on, bro. What is up? And he was like, and he's telling me, he's like, yeah, on Saturdays I like to fucking take an Adderall and just clean my house and shit. I'm like, oh, that's okay, all right. You know what I mean? I was like, I fucking knew it. And but he takes it in the morning. This is nighttime at dinner,
right.
And I'm like, damn, I'm fucking good.
I think the reason that it helps is, a lot of women take it to lose weight is because you take it in the morning, right?
And you don't want to eat,
and it suppresses your appetite
and
all
gives you
day.
energy,
right? Yeah. So your appetite is suppressed for the whole day. So you're losing weight. You might eat a meal before you go to bed or something, but you've gone pretty much the whole day. You got tons of energy. You're focused. You know what I mean? But it's very hard to get off too.
The first time I'm not proud of this, but I took it to party in college, and I took fucking 4 of them. It was like all day throughout the whole day. I took 4 of them.
That's a lot, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the milligrams or whatever. I always did stuff like just that guy. And we were partying, drinking all day. Had the barbecue, like wrestling house barbecue. I remember like being like 11, 12. I'm at the bar and I'm like, well, I do not feel good. I'm like, I need to go the fuck home. Went home kind of early, and couldn't sleep for shit. Just laid up in bed. I had to wake up in the morning, drive to Pittsburgh. I drove all the way to Pittsburgh, which is probably like a 2-hour drive. Trained for an hour and a half. Drove all the way back, another 2 hours. Get home. I fucking wrote a 4-page paper and cleaned my whole apartment. I'm like, dude, this is a miracle drug, bro.
But that's 4 pills, bro. That's an incredible amount. I've taken Adderall a handful of times in my life, mostly to go out and drink. People are like, take an Adderall, you feel great all night or whatever. But the first time I ever took it, I think it was a 30, an Adderall 30. I think they come in 20s and 30s, right? So
I have
30,
no idea,
30 is the bigger one, I think. I just woke up in the morning. I was a little groggy, a little lethargic, and somebody, I won't mention any names, like, take an Adderall. You'll feel great, right? So I took an Adderall on my way to the gym. I got to the gym, and I have never had a workout like that in my entire life.
Good one?
Good. Oh, my God, bro. Like, super, super talkative to everybody in there, but, just in a good mood, good spirits. Felt like I could bench press the world, like literally. And I did. I went for 405 that day. I didn't get it, but it was the closest I ever got to it.
You're on PEDs, bro.
And I really wasn't, I really wasn't lifting heavy at that time. So it was just the Adderall, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like crack, man. It really is.
I hear, I think, bro, I swear, I watch Jeopardy all the time.
Yep.
I'm like, that motherfucker's on Adderall. Like, I feel like I could tell. Like, it's probably really good to be on Adderall to be on a game show. Or I hear baseball, it's actually really good for focus on when you're trying to hit.
Oh, I believe it. But if you're on a lot, I mean, you must have been just chomping at the bit. You're just jarring and you're
well, I was
grinding your
drinking a
teeth
whole lot that day too,
Yeah.
so I probably brought it down. Yeah, I don't know, evened it out a little bit. But honestly, I think I did it one more time after that, and then never done it again.
Yeah, I don't care if I never do it again. I'll be okay with not ever doing it again.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of crazy shit out there that you can get that's legal, right? Everything.
Yeah.
Most of
Well,
the legal
Adderall's
shit is
legal if you get
That's
it
what I mean.
prescribed.
That's what
Most
I mean,
most
yeah.
people don't get it prescribed, but you can certainly
Oh yeah. Well, I think a lot of people do, and a lot of doctors probably overprescribe it.
probably.
I think a lot of people they take Adderall all fucking day, right, to get through their life, and they take Ambien at night to fucking fall asleep. You know how
man,
bad
but-
that is.
but
You
what
know
is
how
that-
bad that is.
What does that do to your life expectancy? Do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. No good.
I mean, it can't be.
I
right?
imagine no good.
And it probably just messes with you. Probably fucks with your emotions. I would think. You know, like
I mean, it's up and down, right? All
Right,
day, up
right,
and down.
right,
How
right.
can that be good for
that's
you?
tough, man. That's tough.
I want to take nothing.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Take nothing.
I take high blood pressure medicine. That's the only thing that I take
bet you there's
daily.
shit-
And
I
it's
bet
probably
you
a way,
there's
like
shit-
we were talking with Mike
Yo,
Dolce.
this breathing stuff, I bet you could help you. No
Really?
bullshit, yeah.
But is that something like I have to stop what I'm doing whenever I'm doing it and be like, I don't have to, how am I going to do that like if I'm at work?
No, honestly, I mean, I don't know. I heard you're not supposed to do any of the breathing techniques when you're driving. you know?
Yeah, right.
I'm in my car doing all of them, you know?
Are you really?
Yeah, I try, but there's like a lot of different breathing thing. I'm kind of, you know, I don't really know too much of it, but there's
Jesse's
a lot of
big
breathing
into
stuff,
that.
yeah.
He's really big into the breathing thing.
Pro-
Wim Hof. you
Wim
know,
Hof, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah. But there's like even pranayama or something. It's where you go, like you hold one nostril, and then you hold this one. I'm like, what the fuck's it do? I don't know.
What does it do?
There's another one where you breathe in, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 1, 2, until you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that helps make your diaphragm bigger.
Yeah.
So that helps for conditioning probably.
Yeah. Free divers, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
They're,
All this,
they're like the best.
That's what this guy he researched a lot of free divers and stuff. Yeah.
They say I've seen people that not necessarily free divers because obviously they're going to massive depths, but people that can just like sit on the bottom of a pool and hold their breath for a long time, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes or whatever.
That's not that long.
They say it's not, but they say you can learn that in a relatively short period of time.
Ricardo, I seen him hold his breath for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I'm not joking. This was in Abu Dhabi when I fought BJ Penn. We were in the hotel forever. And we're in the pool. The first day he did 3 minute hold. We were all like, "Holy shit, 3 minutes!" The next day 4 minutes. The next day 5 minutes.
That's insane.
5 minutes. We kept touching him, make sure he was good.
That's insane, man.
Yeah, fucking wild.
That's crazy.
Bro, people can hold their breath for, according to this guy, for like 15 minutes, 13 minutes or something.
So when I was in high school, my parents had a hot tub on the deck. We lived in a log cabin in Maine. My parents had a hot tub on the deck. It was like screened in.
You think your parents got it on that hot tub?
Yeah, probably. I got it on a few times in that hot tub too. But
What?
Anyway, after my parents divorced, it was just me and my dad. My sister kind of went with my mom, and I would have, it was a little more lax, a little more lenient, and I was like maybe a senior in high school, something like that. But I started bringing girls over, and I could hang out. My dad was either out or, it was a lot more lax. My mom wasn't there. My mom would never allow that shit to happen. So, it's got the seats with the air bubbles in the seats or whatever. Well, you can breathe off those air bubbles. I figured that out one day somehow. So I would say to girls, this was my thing. We'd be in there and, hanging out, having a few drinks or whatever, and I'd be like, see how long I could hold my breath. So I'd go under and I'd put my mouth on one of those air holes, and you could literally stay down there for fucking hours if you wanted to. But they would do the same thing. They'd grab me and pull me up and be like, "Oh my God, I thought you were dead."
She
know what I
wanted
mean?
you to put your mouth on her air hole.
It would be a good way to, get in there, get them all concerned for you, and let them think that you're dying.
That's one way.
It was my move, bud. It was
Wounded
It
animal.
was my signature move.
I think they were hoping like, ooh, he's going underwater. How long can he? Wow, wait a minute, he can hold his breath this long? Holy shit! Imagine what he could do.
If that hot tub could talk.
Bro, did you see the movie I Care a Lot?
No.
Dude, it's on Netflix. It's
I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot. Bro, pretty good. You gotta watch it.
Maybe
yeah,
I'll check it out
yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
I'm reading your book, bud. I don't
How's
read
that
as
going?
fast as you. Maybe I'm.
How do you know you don't read as fast as me?
Because you say when I pick a book up, I can't put it down. I gotta read it.
No. I say, yeah. Okay.
I'm a
Well,
little
if I
more.
have time, if I don't have time,
I feel like I'm a little more strapped for time, but it's good, man. Yeah.
Oh, you're more strapped for time than I am?
Well, just with the kids and shit, maybe. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you can find a whatever. You say you listen to a lot of audiobooks in the car and shit like that. Yeah. So, all right, maybe you're just as busy as I am, but I don't know. You read a lot more.
This guy don't work ever. This guy
mean I
barely
don't work
works.
ever?
He barely
What-
works.
what
He's
does that
always out.
mean?
He's always out to lunch.
Weekends.
Instead of lunch, read your book.
Weekends.
Instead of lunch, read your
I
book.
like to enjoy my weekends, bud.
How was that
earn
place,
them.
by the way?
It was
looked
amazing.
Pretty dope.
It was
man.
amazing. Yeah, we stayed at a place called Crystal Springs this weekend. It's in Vernon. It's actually not Vernon. I forget the name of the town. It's right next to Vernon. But there's two sides of it. There's Minerals, which is kind of like where all the skiers stay that go to Mountain Creek or whatever. And then there's Grand Cascades, which is kind of like the higher end. So we stayed there this time. Last time we stayed at Minerals. We stayed there this time, and it's just, oh man, I can't give it enough props. Definitely gonna go back with the kids because they got like an ice skating rink. They got the indoor-outdoor pool. They call the outdoor pool the snow pool because literally, like, you can be 30 below zero in a snowstorm, and it's 95 degrees in the pool, bro. So it's sick. So yeah, it's just a lot to do there, and obviously in the times that we're living in, it's kind of a struggle to find things to do, especially staying in state. You know what I mean? Because I got the 14-day quarantine thing going on if I leave the state. So
for work.
For work, yeah. So it's right here in New Jersey, So second time I've been there, but it won't be the last, man. I'll definitely go back. And it's only like an hour and 45-minute ride,
Yeah, it's not
So
bad.
it's cool, man. But beautiful rooms. Hospitality was amazing. The people there were amazing.
I seen people out and about too. It didn't seem pretty normal.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see anybody getting yelled at for masks or anything, but people were wearing them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like seems more like respectful. You know what I mean? But nobody was like cracking the whip.
Yeah.
Like some of these places you walk in, they're like, put your mask on. It wasn't like that. So, but I hear, I see on the news, Texas is about to be done with the masks.
Yeah.
Go-
But what does
go-
that mean though? No state mandate. But still, places could ask you to put it on. Correct?
I mean,
But you could probably refuse. You could probably refuse.
proprietors-
Can you refuse? Like, there's no state mandate. I don't have to do it.
Yeah, right. It's not a law, so I don't know who would enforce it. I mean, I guess businesses can, I don't. What are businesses limited to as far as what they can require? I mean, they
I guess it's private property.
a lot of them say no shoes, no shirt,
No service.
no service.
Right.
So I mean, maybe they can say you got to wear a mask. I don't know.
What if they're like no tattoos, no service?
Yeah, I don't know where it becomes.
Can they do that?
I don't know where it becomes discriminatory, but I would think that a lot of those rules.
Like, I'm from a fucking family that doesn't wear shoes, bro.
I know, but I think when you
We're a shoeless family. I can't afford shoes. You tell me I can't come in your fucking store?
yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Where's the limit? But I'm saying I think that any business that did something along those lines, which is discriminatory, I don't even think you need a law. I think people would just people would rule themselves, and a lot of people just wouldn't visit that. And capitalism is blind, right? Like if people aren't going to visit your store, how are you going to make money? So
Yeah.
I'm not saying nobody would go in there, but if you put a sign on the door of a business that said, if you have tattoos, you're not welcome here, I don't think that place would be in business very long. Do you?
I don't know. Maybe the Christian folk will go there.
The Christian folk. Christian girls are the most tattooed, dirtiest girls you ever met in your life.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro. For the most part.
This guy. What church you go to?
I'm just saying. What are you? Are you Catholic?
I mean, I was raised Catholic. I made my baptism.
Did you?
I made my communion. I didn't make my confirmation.
You didn't?
No.
Huh.
Did you?
I wasn't raised Catholic. I was raised Episcopalian. My father was Baptist. My grandmother was Baptist. My mother was Episcopalian, so I was baptized in an Episcopalian church in Ellsworth, Maine, which is about a 45-minute ride from where I grew up. But the churches that were, when I lived in Harrington, these are very, very tiny little towns, you got to remember. So whatever you could walk to, basically, like the kids. So the closest church when I grew up in Maine was the Methodist church. And I can't tell you the subtle differences, I mean, I know some of the, like the Catholic church, they put more emphasis on like the Mother Mary and the saints and things like that.
And
more
little
so.
boys.
And the little boys, yeah. You were probably very popular. More so, you're still kind of a little boy. More so, do you still go?
Where?
Confession stuff? More so, at least the Episcopalians, I don't think they put as much emphasis on the Mother Mary and the saints and things like that. But
I learned wrestling there.
I can't. What's that?
I leaned wrestling.
Yeah,
there.
I believe it. I believe it. Yeah.
The half Nelson,
Naked.
the Phil Nelson, and then the Father Nelson.
But anyway, yeah. So I it's kind of weird because growing up in little towns like that, all the kids would walk to the local church. So when I grew up in Harrington, which I lived until I was in 8th grade, you walk to the Methodist church, and then I moved to Cherryfield. My grandmother and my dad were raised Baptist, so I walked to the Baptist church because the Episcopalian church was in Ellsworth, so we went there on Easter Sunday. It's weird, but I couldn't tell you the difference to this day.
I mean, they're all under
between
Christian
they're all
denomination,
Christian, right? But one time, there was a pastor. There was a couple churches in Cherryfield, which was the second town I lived in. But there was a pastor that actually worked for my dad's wife, Betty, at the local convenience store she had, and he was the pastor at the what's the one where they sing in tongues and things like that, and they dance around. Not Protestant. What is it, Andrew? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Protestant, no.
Not Protestant, no. The church where they dance, they kind of
born again
dance around, and they
talk in
speak in tongues and.
He's
Presbyterian. No,
sacrilege.
Anyway, I can't think of it. But he said to me and my foster brother, "Hey, we're planning a ski trip, and we'd like to see you boys in church. If you come to church, you can come on the ski trip with us." So we went.
You're like, oh, okay, well, we'll go pray to go ski.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much what he said. So we went, and all the girls have to wear like skirts and dresses and things like that, and I just remember it just being so different than the church I went to. I mean, they were literally like talking in tongues and dancing and like, falling down and stuff. And I looked over at Joe, my foster brother.
Do you think it's real?
I was there, and none of those spirits found their way into me, so I don't see why.
I bet you a couple spirits found their way into you, buddy.
So, but is it Presbyterian? Pentecostal.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Pentecostal. We went to Pentecostal.
But is that
church.
a religion? Is that a denomination though, or is that a
Christian for sure?
No, I know that, but I mean, is it like, or is that just like a different? I don't know. Is that a description of?
But anyway, they were especially the girls, very animated. Talking in like tongue and I my whole life I
like
never,
young girls as well.
Oh yeah, I've never had much for shock value my entire life, so I'm just kind of looking around. I would never make anybody feel bad, or they were kind enough to have us, but I'm just kind of looking around like I'm not gonna do that, And I remember looking at my foster brother, and he was like, his eyes are like saucers, like what the hell? He was a little younger than me, like what the hell is going on here? So we stuck it out. We did, we were there for one whole service, and then the following week we went to the church. The bus picked us up. We all went skiing. And every one of those girls, every single one of them, skied in a dress.
What?
Every one of them skied. It's like 30 degrees out, and they're skiing in dresses.
But like with the legs out?
Like leggings on, but skied in dresses. Yeah.
Was that part of the religion? Kind of. Is it like kind of? I honestly, I think Hasidic women have to ski in skirts.
Probably, yeah. Well, I see a lot of them running in Lakewood.
Right, and they have to wear
a skirt.
It's kind of silly. It's kind of silly. It's just part of. It's kind of silly.
Oh, listen, I'm not here to make fun of anybody's religion, but when you're not raised that
what's
way,
the difference between baggy pants to run in to be warm?
I don't get it.
Or a skirt. I mean, you're covered up either way, right? The whole idea is to be covered up.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess it's just tradition, right?
Do you understand? You drive through Lakewood once in a while. The strings. Do you get that?
Yeah, that allows them to walk out further.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was areas that the women can't go. They can't cross that threshold.
I'm pretty sure it allows that. It attaches so during Sabbath on the day they're supposed to be at rest.
Okay.
It allows them to walk further.
Explain what you mean by further.
Like further away from where they're home.
How does that?
Because during Sabbath, I believe don't quote me on this 100%, but I believe during Sabbath they're only supposed to stay within like their dwelling, their home.
Okay.
And they're not allowed to go to like other places because they're supposed to be at rest. But with the string attached, it allows them bigger.
Oh, okay. That very well could be it. I hadn't heard that before.
I think so.
I heard that you can't cross the threshold of that, especially women during maybe the Sabbath or certain holidays or
you can't touch a woman when they're bleeding.
Oh, there's a lot of things. I mean, I know they can't touch money. They can't touch anything.
Money, really?
Electronic.
What? Who can't touch money?
Any of them on certain days. They can't drive a car
on Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Yeah,
can't drive
correct.
a car.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's you can't drive a car on Saturdays. I don't know if the electronics or the money thing is every Saturday.
No, that is too. Yeah.
Every Saturday. Okay.
Pretty sure. Yep.
So, but I mean, listen, man. I'm not here to make fun of anybody's religion.
Making fun of it.
No, I know. It's just a foreign concept.
You want to make fun of them? Go ahead, buddy. I'm not gonna.
Hey, listen. Nobody gets made more fun of than the Catholic religion, and you're Catholic, so.
So what are you trying to say? You making fun of me?
No, I'm
You're
saying.
not gonna make fun of them, but you're gonna make fun of me.
No.
Oh,
I'm
that's
saying.
cool.
I'm
That's
saying
cool.
you already take it on the chin. I guess if you wanted to make fun of somebody, I'm
Oh,
Episcopalian.
I'm a Catholic because I take it on the chin.
Yeah. You took it on the chin. I'm Episcopalian, man. Nobody even heard of it, let alone make fun of me. Episcopalian.
I'm Episcopalian on you.
So speaking of podcasts, man, you and I were talking a little bit today, and you heard from a friend that our name was mentioned on Brendan Schaub's show. Well, he's got a couple podcasts. Which one was it?
Below the Belt.
Below the Belt.
Right, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, man. My buddy told me that he was talking a little bit of shit. And I listened to it, and he didn't talk shit at all, man.
No,
Actually,
I know. I was
your
surprised because
your friend steered you wrong.
I'm buddies with Schaub.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And yeah, you know, it's funny. Well, I told you what happened with the on Instagram with the Below the Belt.
Yeah.
How like before, you know, before my fight,
I know the story, but tell the
before
story.
my fight, I get a DM, right? It was a DM, what do you call it? Or DM saying, you know, showing me. They sent me the clip from their you know, Below the Belt post, and it's pretty much Ben and Schaub. He was talking good about me, but he was picking Sandhagen to win. I'm like, yo, why the fuck are you sending me this? Like, I get it. Listen, I have to make picks. I hate picking fucking fights because, like, you know, you see these people. I don't want to be like, oh, I think he's gonna beat you. You know, it's kind of not disrespectful. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And I get these guys, especially Schaub. Like, that's his job is to talk about fights and make picks. But, like, yo, don't fucking send me that.
Right.
Don't send it directly to me. If I come across it, I come across it. Don't fucking send it to me.
Yep.
Just like even dudes on Twitter, like, they'll fucking put my name in. Oh, this guy's gonna fuck Frankie Edgar and at me. Like, yo,
Yeah, right,
okay,
right,
support your dude. I'm so cool. Support. Don't fucking at me.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's his job, so I wouldn't even be mad, you know, because
He was just talking shit because he says he can fuck you up.
Hey, bro, listen, bro, he's a fighter. I'm sure he could.
He's big like you too, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's a trained fighter. I mean, what are we going to do? But I wanted to listen to it. Not that I was going to talk shit, because I like Brendan Schaub. I don't have any beef with Brendan Schaub, but I was like, man, somebody better listen to that to make sure before we get on here and fucking go on a rant. And it was pretty positive. I mean, he did talk about your fight and, you know, possibly your retirement and things like that. But I don't think that's just an opinion. I mean, everybody's got an opinion. But as far as talking shit, there was no shit talking that I heard anyway.
Yeah, no,
it was all love.
You're scared of him. I get it. You know, he is a fighter. He's a fighter.
Hey, man, if people are talking about us, it's a good thing. That's the way I look at it. So.
Yeah, no, I'm playing. Like I said, Schaub's been out here in Jersey, cheering Mark a little bit. I've done some stuff. Actually, I did a. Below the Belt actually was started as a show on Showtime, and then ended up being a podcast.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for the show on Showtime, I did an interview with him actually at JR's in Kevin's place in Seaside.
Oh, he interviewed you
Yeah,
there?
yeah, we ate pizza and shit. Hung out.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit. All right. Huh.
No.
Didn't know that. I didn't know it was a show. I mean, I didn't know it was a TV show.
And then he has that. He has Fighter and the Kid.
Yeah, I knew that.
And he's a comedian.
Yep.
So he's doing all right for himself.
They were
post-fight, the career.
They were talking about sugar. Really, is how the topic came up in his podcast and how
Sugar.
The 135 or what's his name?
O'Malley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sean O'Malley. They were talking about O'Malley and how he's a newbie to podcasting and he's making mistakes and saying shit he shouldn't, and then, you know, your my name got thrown into the hat, but didn't talk any shit that I heard. It was all good.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, buddy. So you don't have to threaten Brendan Schaub.
I wasn't threatening him. I was gonna have you threaten him, bro. He's in your
What
weight
am I
class.
gonna do that
He's
guy?
in your weight class, bro.
He is in my weight class, and if he was an average Joe, maybe, but he's a fucking fighter, bro. What am I gonna do that guy?
Hit him when he's not looking.
Yeah. You'd have to come to Jersey for that.
Club punch. Hit him with the club punch.
So you were saying you watched Canseco's fight. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it. I just seen
Oh, you
the
saw
reaction
the
from
highlights?
it. Not the highlights. I just seen the reactions from it. I think I did see a still picture of him getting knocked out. But
So we made him.
it was literally 10
$1 million,
seconds.
bro?
That's what Dave Portnoy put out. Because Dave
Shit.
Portnoy was pissed because he's like, listen, you know, we set him up. We told him I think he got 500 guaranteed. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
And then depending on how the pay per view did, he gets so and so. And I think that was the best pay per view they've ever had.
Who do you fight?
Someone from Barstool, like one of the
Interns.
one of the
No
interns.
way.
Yeah.
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 No way. What do you think that intern got paid?
Oh, I'm sure they took care of him. I'm sure they took care of him.
Wow. So nobody.
But Canseco was struggling to get into the ring, so then he was claiming he had like a shoulder injury.
Wait, struggling to get in the ring? How physically? Like,
Through the ropes, he was kind of like
Well, he's old, man. How old is he now?
He's dead.
50s? What do you look like? What does his condition look like? What is?
Good shape.
Is he?
He's an old man.
Yeah.
It's like you, bro.
Yeah. That's kind of like me.
I mean, you're in shape. You're just an old man.
I really don't think at 45 years old I would take a fight like that. But for $1 million, I think I'd take a fight like that.
Fuck, you kidding me,
For
bro?
$1 million, I'd take a fight like that and train for it too. Not just show up and take a dive. I'd actually train for it.
For $1 million, I'll take a fight at 60.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna fight at 45. I'm not gonna fight a 25-year-old that's the same size as me, that's fucking jacked, ripped,
Killer.
and
Yeah.
just a straight up killer. What the fuck I got
For $1 million?
Oh, for $1 million I would, but that's kind of taking a dive. I mean, I guess I got a shot.
Yeah.
But I mean, skill set versus skill set, age, it's all a factor. I got a mentality where I'm in it. I mean, I would definitely train. I would do it. But Jose Canseco, for $1 million, I'd fight Jose. No question, I'd fight that guy.
$1 million, I'll fight.
I had the opportunity to fight
Renee.
him 10 years ago, but there was no money. There was no payday. It was free. You know what I mean?
It was free.
Yeah, it's a big difference. It's charity. Charity event, so that's a big difference.
Charity, it gives you that pocket of cash when you have to get in through heaven's gates. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'm not going to disagree with that, but would you? It's easy for you to say, yeah, I train for that because that's what you do every day. But as a guy that has a normal job, at the time I didn't have kids.
I hear you.
Would you train for that? Fly out?
Yeah,
I think they'd pay for your flight, but
I don't know.
fly to Ohio, spend whatever a weekend.
No. If
out
I
there
was not a fighter and I didn't fight
for
ever,
$0
dollars
and the possibility. Now this is when Canseco was in his fucking heyday, juice to the gills. Would you? I don't think I didn't do it. Obviously.
Yeah. I mean, like if someone challenged me to like a truck driving competition, I just don't think I could do it.
What a dick! Over the top, man.
Over the top.
Over the top,
Tell
baby.
me that's the
Over
fucking
the top.
classic movie.
It
man.
is.
Classic.
Name a bad Stallone movie. I can't. I mean, Cobra.
Cobra. Oh
bro,
my
what
God,
a fucking
dude.
great movie.
I want that car.
Yeah.
What kind of car was
I
that?
forget, bro, but it was gorgeous.
Yeah, that was.
What is Ping Chang, motherfucker? Remember when those guys were all around his car? What is Ping Chang, motherfucker? Yeah, he just, I don't know. Stallone has just been, I mean, he moved out of California. He's been in a couple, that, I don't know that I was, although it was really popular. Judge Dredd, I wasn't a fan. Were you a fan?
I mean, I'll watch anything he's in, but yeah, Judge Dredd is not great.
It was not my favorite.
That's actually a comic book, right?
I don't
believe
know.
it's a real comic book movie. Yeah.
Now Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger was great.
Great.
What was the one prison? What was the one that was in prison?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
He was breaking out of prison. It's a young one. No, it was when he was young though. Fuck, I can't think of it. Yeah, he
was Rocky his first?
No, he's actually no.
Doesn't he have a porn?
Yeah, he's in a soft porn.
He's in a porn.
He's in a soft porn. He needed money.
Yes.
Any way to make money. Fucking funny. Oh wait, what was I gonna ask you? What was this weekend?
Fights?
Yeah, I thought there was something I wanted to talk
coming up. There's some big fights coming up.
Fights
on the
coming
6th.
up, yeah. No,
Megan
not the
Anderson.
6th. That's the 13th. That's
is it
2
the
weeks.
13th?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. But Megan Anderson versus Nunes, Aljamain versus Yan, and Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya.
Adesanya, yeah.
What do you think of that one?
I mean, I gotta go with Adesanya. I just think he's.
But I mean, dude, he's going up weight class, and I actually heard him today on Ariel's thing saying, he's like, "What are you gonna weigh?" He's like, "I might weigh the same as I weigh when I go in 85."
Right,
He's like, "I might weigh 193 on the scale."
Right.
I'm like, "Really?" You know.
Yep.
So
I think I'm picking Adesanya. I don't know any fighter that he would go up against, with the exception of John Jones, that I would pick against him. Can you think of any?
Yeah, at 205? No. Yeah, no.
Well, at any weight class.
Or I meant 85 and 205.
He's only going to fight at those 2 weight classes. So.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I mean, no, I right now, no, I wouldn't pick against him other than John Jones.
If he fought John Jones, would you pick Jones?
I'll pick Jones I'll pick Jones probably forever until someone beats him.
That would be a coin toss for me, but just because, Adesanya's had a long career, but a lot of it was in kickboxing and stuff, and he's been phenomenal, obviously undefeated, but Jones has had a more illustrious career, obviously much more tarnished, especially outside of the octagon, and there are the PED positives too, but I still think I would pick Jones. I don't know, man. If anybody could beat Jones, it would be Adesanya, but I can't pick against Jones. I can't.
Not yet. Well, he's fighting heavyweight next now.
Yeah, I know.
Supposedly
He was
pretty
calling
big.
out Brock for a while, and
Well, I don't think Brock's coming back.
no, he's not.
I wonder who they'll give him. I don't know if they give him I think at the end of March is Stipe and Ngannou. Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
So
Who we already beat once.
he beat Francis Ngannou once.
He had a great game plan for that, and it was avoid those heavy punches by leaning on him, got him in the corner, tied him up a lot, put a lot of weight on him, a lot of pressure.
Took him down.
Took him down, tired him out. I just watched the
Couldn't
highlight.
finish him though.
No, I know, but I just watched the highlight reel of Stipe versus Cormier, their last fight with I think it was 16 liver punches.
No, that was the second one.
That's what I just said. The second one.
That was not the last one. They fought 3 times.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, the second one. Well, the last one he knocked him out, right?
He did.
Yeah.
No. The last one he beat him decision.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. It's the second one. 16 liver punches in a row, man.
Yeah.
It was just a great game.
The
plan.
liver.
The liver.
You know who Bob Cerrone is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Didn't you tell me he's got because I've got it. We were talking about it one day. Some nerve damage in
from
his
neck to his arm.
I have it in my leg. You were saying in his arm, and it's
arms,
atrophied a little
I
bit.
think so. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He's a bad. He used to have a DVD when I first started fighting. He would just call out combinations, and we would do it. Da-da-da. Liver shot. I mean, you sit there. It was like a half hour just workout. You just sit there and
He's a badass,
whatever you
man.
call out, you do.
Remember, I think it was Pride. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he used to wear those boots.
That was pancrase. They
Pancrase.
weren't boots. Those weren't boots. People think they're boots. Those are shin guards.
Well, why do they have bottoms then? Why don't they just get cut off here?
No, because they cover your foot too.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah, that's
it's
why
a shin guard, foot guard then.
Well, they call them shin guards, but they cover your feet because
Maybe that's because I've seen
Kicked
guys
in
go in with not shin guards, but wraps, I guess, because you're not allowed to wear shin guards in, and they always end up around your ankle. So maybe because
what?
What's his name used to wear one? Fuck, I'm drawing a blank on his name. And they always end up around your ankle. You're not allowed to wear shin guards.
No, you could wear ankle
Wraps.
Right. Some commissions you can't.
Rockhold, Luke Rockhold.
Okay, yeah.
I've seen him wear
ankle things,
and it always ends up wrapped around.
Or he
his
maybe
ankle.
had like a knee sleeve. And he end up on his ankle.
It was a calf sleeve. It was like similar to what I wear, but 5 minutes in, it's around.
Is a tampon?
No, I wear a calf sleeve just for
Where do you wear a calf sleeve?
on my calf, you idiot.
Why, to cover up your calves?
No, I don't wear it on both. I only wear it on my bad one.
You're as a kid. What do you think? You're like fucking Kobe Bryant? He wears fucking calf sleeve.
You gonna say that's Rockhold?
Kobe.
I don't see you talking shit to Rockhold. He wears one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah, some commissions won't let you wear that stuff. Yeah.
I've definitely seen him in there wearing it before, but and I think the only other thing I've ever seen guys wearing is the ankle wraps.
Like the little half joints. Yeah.
Other than
I don't know.
that,
I wouldn't like wearing anything. 'Cause I feel like the more fabric you have, the more like someone could. It's like a handle to grip. You know what I mean?
I suppose, but you can't grab gloves. Why would you be able to grab that?
I'm just saying, not even that. If I go like this, if I grab your leg just like a single leg, and I have that shirt on there, that's gonna give me some friction. You know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why people wear it. I suppose for support. Sean O'Malley's always fucking rolling his ankle all the time. He probably needs one.
Maybe he needs one.
Yeah.
One with the laces on it.
Last 2 fights, he's rolled it, right?
I don't know the last 2, but yeah, I think a couple of them he did. Oh god.
I was gonna say, what else, buddy? What else?
What else? Fucking nothing, man.
Talk to me, Goose.
Life is good, bro. Life is good.
Got some appliance issues upstairs, I hear.
I have I have multiple issues in my house.
This guy was all pissed off when I
my
showed up.
My refrigerator, ice does not work.
It all started with ice. Ice.
Yeah.
That's what got him pissed off.
My refrigerator don't work with the ice machine. The washing machine's fucking stinky, right?
Does it make your clothes stinky?
I don't know, man. I'm bugging, bro. I just feel like they don't smell great.
Like, do you only notice the smell when you open it? Do you know when you put your clothes on? Do they have an odor?
No, they don't. Listen, they just don't smell good. They don't smell bad. They don't smell good.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And what else? Oh, my furnace leaked. I had it leaked all over my downstairs carpet. I had to hump the carpet out.
But this is the second time.
And the third time, actually.
Is it?
Yeah,
Holy shit, man.
So I had to cut all the carpet out.
But what I don't understand, and I talked to Renee a little bit about it upstairs, is she said it's water from the condensate pump. Well, the condensate pump is for the AC. So why? Well, I don't know what your furnace.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it either, my man.
I don't get where the water would be coming from a hot air furnace.
If I knew, it wouldn't be leaking.
I mean, you're not using AC this time. It's not a heat pump, right? It's a furnace, right?
Listen, this would be a question for my HVAC guy. All right.
So anyway, your basement is flooded 3 times now. Thank God it's never gotten to the podcast room. Never made it this far, right?
I know. Well, you see, we had to rip up the carpet. I'm like, listen, we'll keep the carpet in here. We're good to go.
Yeah. Where did the water line stop? Outside?
Well, no, I just ripped that whole section of that where I had the mats.
I know, but isn't it carpet out there?
Yeah, it is.
So
That's
it only
good.
went that way.
Yeah, it went that way. We're good.
Gotcha. So anyway, Frankie was a little annoyed. He needs an appliance guy. Anybody out there work on appliances? We got a broken ice machine in the fridge. Doesn't work.
Panasonic fridge? Was it a Panasonic?
But I don't know. I'm not married to it. Got
married
stinky washing machine. Got a furnace that somehow has flooded the basement 3 times.
But I think we got it fixed.
Yeah.
I got a good HVAC guy, too.
Yeah, Renee.
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
Oh, garbage disposal. You were talking about.
And my garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Fucked. Jeez.
You got issues, man.
What do you do? It's life.
You need a
Keeps
fight
you
bonus.
exciting.
You got to get back in there and
I know.
just to pay for fucking appliances and shit.
You're right.
You own several houses though.
Not several.
Do you? Yeah, you do. You got the original. Apartment.
Several is over 5. Wouldn't you say?
No, several is more than 2.
No, that'd be few. A few is, I'd say, 3 to 5.
All right.
Several's
this is semantics.
5 to
this
7.
Is semantics. So
5 to 9.
You have the apartment, right? The one that you
I
originally.
have a condo.
Do you still own the White House that you used to have before?
White House.
The one before the last house.
It's not white, but yeah, I do.
I thought it was white. Okay.
No, but yeah, I do own that still.
But you sold the last house.
I sold.
So you have this house and 2 others.
Correct.
Now, what happens when something breaks over there? Do you go fix it?
I do.
Do you really?
I go look at it, and then I have someone come fix it.
Well, the Russians stay at the apartment when
they
they
do
come,
sometimes,
right?
yeah.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
You just leave that kind of like for fighters to come in and out?
I mean, we had it rented out for quite a few times, a few years, over the years. But
let's say the shitter plugs at, they wake up in the morning 6 a.m. They call it? Does the tenant call Frankie and say, "Yo, you got to come over here with a plunger"?
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you plunger, shit, you call me to do a plunger. I think they can handle a plunger.
Well, all right.
If they need a snake, then they got to call a guy. Yeah.
You go fix that. Frankie Egger shows up.
I'm not snaking nothing. I'll handle something.
I got a good story about that. So I rented my house for a while when I was married. I bought my house in like 2004. I rented it for a few years, and I rented to this one old elderly lady. She was actually on oxygen. I met her when we signed the lease.
Wait. What?
She was on oxygen.
On oxygen?
She was. I met her at the realtor office when I first rented my house out, and she was really nice, very elderly, unassuming lady, but she had one son there with her, and the big kicker was she had a dog, and I was like, nope, I'm not renting to anybody with a dog. Dogs fuck shit up. I like my house, not doing it.
But it's soft spot in your heart. Soft spot.
No, she paid me extra money for the dog.
Oh, never mind.
And,
money guy. He's a money guy.
And she got pet insurance. So
okay.
So I said, all right. So I had a copy of the pet insurance thing. She paid me extra money, and she paid me for a full year. Sold a house in Brick, right? She paid me up front for a full year. And I got a good rent out of the deal. So I was like, all right, what's the worst that can happen? I don't want to say they were horrible tenants, but they were horrible tenants. So anyway, I guess the other brother that her son, she had the one son. That's the only son I ever met. So I signed the lease knowing there was a dog, a son, and the woman. Well, the other son got out of prison a few months later, and that was fucking. Then it was just the 2 brothers fighting every night. Cops were there constantly. It was a fucking nightmare. But there wasn't much I could do because they paid me up front for a year, so I kind of just had to live with it. But they didn't really destroy the house. It just, wasn't kept up to par where I would have it. But anyway, long story short, she calls me one day. She says, Roger, the toilet's plugged, and we need to use it. And at this time, I hadn't added the extra bathroom, so it was a 1-bathroom house, right? So I'm like, all right, why is it plugged? Does it just need to be plunged? That doesn't seem too hard, as you just said. You can plunge it. No, we've tried plunging it. I said, well, did somebody put anything down it? No, nothing. No, we have no idea. So I said, all right. So I call Kurt because they've already tried plunging. So I call Frankie's friend Kurt, my friend Kurt. Kurt goes over there, and he's like, he uses a snake, and he's like, bro, I don't know what they put in this fucking thing, but he goes, I can't budge it. I can't move it. Snake just bends. He's like, whatever's in there is solid as rock. I'm going to give you my buddy's number that has like a power auger type thing, no matter what it is, this thing can get through it. I don't have one. I said, all right. So I talked to the guy. I'm like, hey, man, listen, there's something in the toilet. Can't get it out with a snake. He goes over there, and it's like a power auger. So he calls me after he's done. He's like, hey, man, listen, I was there for a little bit, but I got it out. It was coffee beans.
What?
So I call her. I was like, yo, you told me that you didn't put anything in the toilet. The guy said that it was completely packed. So coffee beans, obviously, when they get wet.
But grinds? Coffee grinds or beans?
Beans. They swell, right? Coffee beans
even
swell.
Beans do? I know grinds do. So I heard you're not supposed to put coffee grinds down a lot of stuff.
I could be wrong, but I think it was coffee beans. Maybe it was coffee grinds. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, I call her. I'm like, yo, you told me you didn't put anything in the toilet. The guy just left there. It's a $400 bill, and, it was full of coffee beans. I was like, you're paying the bill. So she was like, oh, I just talked to my son. He put coffee beans down there. I don't know why. I'm like, who? Said, all right, well, pay the guy before he leaves. So I'm not paying him. You put coffee beans down there. Yeah, so yeah. That was.
Did they pay it?
They paid it, yeah.
Maybe he's trying to grow a coffee tree.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But
shit goes downhill, bro.
Yeah. You ever live with anybody? Other than your wife?
College, yeah.
How was that?
I lived my freshman year. I had a roommate in the dorms. I had Dave Cordoba. I don't know. He's from Jersey. We ended up being buddies. We actually wrestled in high school, and then we ended up being
teammates. Not Dave the landscaping.
No, different guy.
No.
And he ended up leaving halfway through the semester. So I was like, I didn't want to get a roommate, so I paid like extra to get to be
by
roommate
yourself.
for the spring semester.
That's the only time you ever lived with anybody?
No. Then my next year I lived with a teammate of mine, Myron Mahone, and his brother.
That's it.
That's it. But Renee was always over my house.
Right.
At the time.
So I've had several roommates. Jesse lived with me for a year, actually, which Jesse was great. Him and I never had any issues. As a matter of fact, he was a little bit of a recluse. Like we say now, he lives that monk life. We won't see him for. He was kind of like that when he lived with me, man. He'd just go in his room, come home. At the time he was just delivering furniture for Seaside Furniture. And he would come home and go in his room, and you might not see him for the rest of the night. He's kind of a quiet, unassuming kid. Lived with this kid Corey for a while that our personalities just didn't mix. He was like an alpha. I was an alpha. We just butted heads, and I think he lived with me for maybe like a year. But before I bought my house, I lived with Scott, my buddy Scott, and Vic, and I lived there for a year. So that's 1, 2, 3. But the best roommate I ever had was this girl April. I grew up with her. She's a little younger than me. I shouldn't say I grew up with her. My family and her family were always good friends. She's maybe 10 years younger than me, something like that. But always stayed in touch when I moved to Jersey. She was in college at the time. She went to Australia, did like her whatever they call it when you do your
sabbatical.
Not sabbatical. No, your internship. Did her internship over there. And then she graduated and called me up and was like, hey, I don't really know what I want to do. I could either go back and do 2 more years. She was a speech therapist. I think she had to do 2 more years to get her. She graduated with like a bachelorette, but to get her doctorate or whatever, she had to go like 2 more years. She's like, I don't know if I want to go back to school. I don't know what I want to do. I think I want to come to Jersey, come down, hang out with you for a little bit. So I said, sure. She literally showed up the next weekend, a little 6-cylinder Mustang, loaded roof rack and shit, and moved in with me. And we lived together for 7 years, man.
7 years?
Best roommate I ever had. Love her to this. She still lives in Jersey this day, married with a kid now.
Never anything romantic with you?
Everybody says that. So
no. Yes?
So, all right, if I'm telling the truth.
Oh, wow, we're getting it out.
No, listen, I'll tell the truth. When she lived in Maine, she was like maybe 18, 19 years old. I came back from Jersey one summer, and she was like this adult now. I always knew her as like a kid, and we hooked up one time in Maine, back like when I went home. One time, that was it. And then she moved in with me years later, and never so much, because you're shitting where you eat, you know what I mean? Like, she took a big chance moving from Maine to move in with me. And no, she always had a boyfriend. She dated this kid Peter for a long time. There was never one drunken night on either side where we ever did anything. We were always just plutonic best friends.
I went to a speech teacher once, or what do you call it? Speech what?
Speech therapist.
I was a speech therapist.
You did really?
Yeah, the dentist or orthodontist told my mom that the reason my teeth were spread because I talked too hard. I pushed with my tongue.
Teeth are spread. You don't have a fucking...
I used to. I had fucking braces, bro.
Oh, all right.
So I used to talk like this, which makes sense. I do everything hard, bro.
Yeah, you kind of do.
I do everything hard. But I literally had, what they did is they made me drink orange juice and talk with water in my mouth, and it keeps your tongue from touching the back of your tooth.
Really?
Yeah. And I
so you like pushed your teeth forward?
That's what the fucking doctor knows.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I feel like doctors used to get away with telling you a lot of weird shit. There was this doctor, I'm not familiar at all, but when my parents were, became new to parenthood, they read a book. I think his name was Dr. Spock.
Oh yeah. I heard Dr. Spock.
And like everything he said is like been disproven, like pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, the whole book now
For
is
sure,
kind of like,
sure.
Yeah. But back when my parents were starting,
You
out,
can't take it. I mean, think about
in
it.
the 70s, it was like gospel. Every parent read Dr. Spock's book, but you read it now and it's like
garbage.
none of it holds
Think
true.
about it though. Doctor, like listen, I seen something because everyone talks about doctors this and that. Like, hey, don't forget, doctors used to tell you that soda and cigarettes are okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta really know what.
You remember anything like your parents told you? I was always told, drink your milk, makes your bones strong. Eat carrots, it'll make your eyesight better. My parents always told me, eat carrots. I don't know.
Carotene, bro.
Is it? What? So if a person drinks milk every friggin' day of their life, they're going to have more dense bones than you and I have? I don't know about that.
I don't know, but I think that's myth. Maybe.
Yeah.
Carrots still seem all right.
Does it?
Carotene's good for your eyes. I can see that. I think milk is like because of calcium. That's what calcium.
Right,
but I think there's probably other things that have more calcium in it than milk. I wonder though. I heard cheese has a lot of calcium in it. They say cheese is no good though. I love fucking cheese, bro.
I do too. I don't know. I mean, those are just a couple things I can remember from my childhood about eating shit that my parents told me. Definitely carrots, eyesight, milk, stronger bones. I forget. You remember anything? No.
Fish is brain food.
Fish is brain food.
Yeah.
Kind of is fish oil, right?
Well, that is. Yeah, you're right.
Mercury
is
really bad for you. We found that out.
But that's from like what bottom feeders, right? Supposed to have a lot of mercury in it.
I thought it was pollution. Yeah, bottom feeders from pollution, right? Because pollution settles on the
right.
Yeah. So
I love fish though.
I do too. Love fish, man.
People there are carnivore diets out there.
Who were we just talking about the other day? That's on somebody's daughter is on an all meat.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson's daughter.
He is as well, I believe.
He is.
Yeah, I think Rogan does it pretty frequently too. I don't know how often, but
I'm surprised that Rogan is not. I mean, he's so in love with hunting and so in love with being carnivore, eating meat. But he's such an eclectic guy. I can almost see him as being a vegetarian. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what he said. He said he was either gonna be turned into a vegetarian or end up hunting his own food.
Oh, one or the other.
One or the other. Yeah.
I'm glad he went with the choice he went because I align with that. Just how I was raised with hunting is the healthiest meat you're ever going to harvest and so much healthier than going to the grocery store. Even though I don't do it now and I haven't hunted in years, I still truly believe that is true. I mean, not only do I believe it,
that's something I want to do.
Well, I just got my bow, buddy. Corey, I went with him last night. We sighted it in, so you and I should do a hunt with Corey.
That'd be cool.
We should.
We got to get our license right next year.
Yeah, we're residents, so that's not hard.
Okay, yeah. I'm down.
Let's do it. My cousin Matthew is one of the best bear guides in Maine for black bear. We could go up there.
I don't know about that.
I don't either.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna eat it. If we eat it, I'm down with it.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely eat it.
Is it good eating?
Bear balls, and here comes the joke. You eat bear balls, bear meatballs. Call them bear balls. You make meatballs and put it in like a crock pot. Really good. My aunt makes amazing.
Dude, I think I told about. I heard Rogan talking about this. Supposedly, there's bears. I think I've said this to you before. There's bears in a certain part of Canada, I believe, or somewhere. They eat nothing but blueberries, and they say the fucking meat tastes like blueberry.
Yeah, that's possible. It's possible.
It'd be crazy.
I don't know if it tastes exactly like blueberries, but it may
blueberry
have
bear
flavor,
meat, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
Flamingos, they say, get their pink color because they eat, the
krill,
whatever. I don't know what they eat, but it's pink, so that's what turns them pink.
Is that why you look red?
I eat a lot of lobsters from Maine, buddy.
Shit. Out cold.
I think that might be time to call it a wrap, buddy.
We put Andrew to sleep. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, it was just Frank and I
hanging out with
tonight.
us.
Kept it light.
Good times.
All right,
Champ
bro.
of the Tramp.
Champ of the Tramp. Out.
Boosh.
Andrew's literally out.